Ayer en la rueda de prensa, Roland Joffé dijo un elogio pues muy particular sobre tu actuación en la película, sobre todo siendo el guionista de la película. Dijo que su personaje estaba poco dibujado en el guión y que sin embargo usted le había conseguido insuflar vida. Me gustaría saber si percibió que efectivamente su personaje era muy esquemático y cómo lo trabajó.
Well, actually, the script was really well written, and that's why I liked the character and I wanted to work on it because there's something that really touched me. So there was already a very good base. But of course, I got into the skin of Ildiko, and an actor always brings something to the character from himself, always, and and vice versa. The character gave me something, and I think I learned something from Ildiko. Um, but yeah, it was a nice thing to say. But he gave us. He made it very possible for us to give that depth. Without his help, I would have never been able, because he gave the conditions that made us want to open. That's a good director, the one who makes an actor want to give him everything he has. And Roland is definitely the one.
Usted nació en un país en una república que pertenecía a la antigua Unión Soviética, fue un país que claramente tomó partido en la Guerra Civil Española por uno de los bandos. Me gustaría saber su opinión sobre esa idea de la sovietización de la sociedad española que propugnaba una de las facciones del bando republicano, si conocía bien la Guerra Civil Española.
The Soviets definitely went and helped the communists and the Republicans that were fighting against Franco. It was they were on their side because they defended the same ideals. It is just that's how it was in those times. You know, people from during the war, they all gathered together and help. But,
la pregunta iba más en la idea. Comienza la película con una declaración de que los totalitarismos están un poco invadiendo Europa. Habla del nazismo, del fascismo y del comunismo. Pero usted, como una persona que ha vivido durante unos años en un país bajo el régimen comunista, ¿cómo percibía ese intento de parte de los combatientes por la República? Porque evidentemente había opiniones diversas, los que buscaban esa sovietización de España.
Well, I understand, but the thing is, I only lived very little of the communist. Like my mother, for example, really remembers, and the most of what I know is from what my mother tells me, because when I was, the Soviet Union fell apart when I was very young. So I don't really remember these, strategies, and I wasn't old enough for that. Like I know my mother was. She told me they studied and they were taught to love Lenin, and it was like they're very patriotic and their country was the best. And she thinks it's. There were a lot of lies. You know what I mean? People lived in a locked society, and everything was kept away. They thought they live in the best world, which wasn't the case. So the thing is, those types of government are very dangerous, because there were no openness. People were brainwashed a lot of times, but it's definitely it's definitely better than fascism, and of course the fact that there were the fact that they try to make the Spain Soviet, I don't see it that way. I just know they only came and helped to fight on their side, and that's all there is, to fight against the fascists, which didn't really help that much.
Volviendo a tu personaje, hay un momento, en que ella evidentemente ha muerto Oriol y ella está pues también digamos, desesperada, incluso deseando de algún modo la muerte. Me gustaría saber si ha sentido que su personaje era un poco contradictorio en el hecho de que es madre, de que tiene un hijo y que sin embargo le tira más el amor por la persona que se ha ido.
I can understand that. I'm not sure I would have had the same attitude if that happened to me. Well, we'll never know until that happens. But I can understand that some people can react that way. It is definitely, she definitely